Chapter 1. Frame the deception. You were not raised to be powerful. You were raised to be manageable. The first deception is moral. The lie that respect produces authority. It does not. Authority produces respect or fear masquerading as it. The direction is never reversed. When you lead with politeness, you announce that you are negotiating for safety, not enforcing position. Society teaches respect as a universal good because universals are easy to impose. They flatten men, they remove sharp edges, they create predictable behavior. Predictability is not virtue in a hierarchy. It is vulnerability. Any system that survives on extraction needs participants who explain themselves, wait their turn, and avoid friction. That is what you were trained to become. Politeness is not neutral behavior. It is a signal. Every softened tone, unnecessary apology, and delayed decision communicates the same message: I will not escalate. In environments governed by dominance, workplaces, social groups, male hierarchies, this message is immediately translated into position, not consciously, instinctively. Predators do not need cruelty to dominate you. They need clarity, and politeness provides it. The deception works because it feels ethical. You are told restraint equals maturity, deference equals intelligence, and calmness equals strength. These are half-truths weaponized against you. Restraint without leverage is impotence. Calmness without threat is submission. Deference without necessity is self-erasure. Notice who is allowed to be disrespectful: leaders, winners, enforcers. Their behavior is reframed as confidence, decisiveness, or authority. The same actions from you would be labeled rude, arrogant, or problematic. That alone should expose the scam. Respect is not a standard. It is a filter. The lens must shift here. Respect is not how you treat others. It is how others are permitted to treat you. When you offer it freely, without dominance established, you invert the hierarchy before it even forms. You kneel first, then wonder why no one stands up for you. Look at how rules are enforced. The man with power breaks norms and is excused. The man without power follows them and is ignored. Politeness is enforced downward, always. That is not coincidence. It is design. From childhood, you are rewarded for compliance, not capability. Sit still, wait, ask permission, don't intimidate, don't offend. Each correction narrowed your behavioral range until only acceptable moves remained. You learned to pre-censor yourself to avoid punishment. That habit followed you into adulthood, where punishment became exclusion, stagnation, or invisibility. Respect culture tells you that if you behave correctly, outcomes will be fair. Disbelief keeps you passive while others act. Power does not wait for fairness. It exploits hesitation. Here is the uncomfortable truth. No one is coming to reward your decency. No one is keeping score. The world does not select for the polite. It selects for the effective. Politeness is tolerated only when attached to leverage. Without it, you are background noise, useful, replaceable, forgettable. This chapter exists to break the moral frame you were given, not to make you cruel, but to make you accurate. Power dynamics are not ethical debates. They are force equations. If you misread them, you pay. Quietly, repeatedly. Once you see respect as a control mechanism rather than a virtue, the spell weakens. You begin to notice how often you shrink to maintain harmony, how often you explain to avoid tension, how often you surrender ground to appear reasonable. These are not small acts. They are cumulative concessions. You do not need to announce rebellion. You need to stop kneeling. It does not. It labels you, and labels, once applied, are hard to remove. This is the first cut. More will follow.